Okay, nearly forgot. I'm going to do something in the back. Normally I do an envelope, but I'm going to change it today because I found this bit of paper with lined paper in. Yeah, so I just scored down about not 1/4 of an inch, just one before, if you know what I mean, along there. Okay, and there, and I'm going to stick them down. Okay, this could be an envelope. If you've done it as an envelope, that would be stuck down, that would be your top. Okay, but I'm only going to stick the 3 sides, so we've got a pocket as well there. But I thought I was going to leave this open, okay, and have it as a little bit of a writing space, just for something different really, because I've not done that before. And because I had that piece of paper staring at me, I thought, let's go ahead and do something. Right, I'm going to just stick those bits down here, and then I'll most probably stitch mine. And then once we've done that, we can get on with the closure. And then I will flip through. I think I'm going to just put add a little bit of stitching on mine. But again, you don't need to. This just gives a nice edge at the top because of the thinner paper. Okay. I'm going to ink up the edges of mine. And all the seams here, okay. I most probably add a bit of pattern paper to one of the fronts. Okay, right, I'm going to stitch, okay, don't need to do this, I'm going to stitch all the way around there, okay, and then I'm also going to do, this is going to be my front panel, so I'm going to stitch around that as well. Okay, that's all stitched around, and my little flappy thing, or envelope, ended up 7.5 by 4.5. Okay, so depending on what size your journal is or what size your piece of paper is, you know, it depends on your fold. So there's no point in me giving you any measurements. You do it how you feel, you know. You just got to make sure you leave enough for your flap. All right, and then I picked a corresponding piece of paper which went with the back page here. And I actually, this bit is sort of there, that way. So I cut that daisy off for it to go either like that, which I think that way. So it'd look like that. Okay. So I'll go ahead with that. And I usually cut 1/4 of an inch off all the way round. Glue. I was thinking then, what do I need? Not worried about the wonky stitching. Never am, because my stitching is not straight. That's all covered up with lace. I'll just make sure that edge is pretty decent. and I thought I had this one that I showed you in another video. I think it's either Tim Holtz or something like that. Not quite sure. This is a bit of wallpaper, I think, but it matches, so I thought that one will do. Let's stick that down. Like that. And then put the bit of lace down here, and I'll do it instead of going over that, so because that's gonna cover it, or I will go straight line and then towards that way. Right, so you can still see that. Okay, and all I do here, just to stop that flapping around, is just dot, 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 not too much. And then gently pat it down. And now, there we go. And that's that. So we can now put it in. First of all, sorry, can't yet put the tie around. Okay, I've got a bit of seam binding because it's quite delicate. All right, now I glue it onto the back and wait for that to dry. Okay, must wait for that to dry before you stick it in. Okay, it's all nice and dry, so better stick that in. Okay, again, all three sides. Yeah. So it's this one, not the top. And coming in a bit, because don't forget I'm using enclosure. Okay. And I also want room to tuck something there, so my two holes are going to be either side of this, really. Let's make sure that's nicely stuck down. Keep my finger on that, I think. And it all lies flat after a while. I want it a little bit wrinkly, I think. Okay, I found the middle of this one. Yeah. Just 8 1/4. All right, so that's 4 plus 1. Yeah. So it's about there. I'm going to do that in here. All right, and I'm going to mark that. Yeah, and then the back I do 2 because my journals get fairly large. I find it stops the pressure just in this area. You know, you get more distributed pressure from tying it, so I put 2 in. Right now, where did I put that? Sorry, I always go the same way. If I got a 1 here, I always measure the same direction for some reason, so I find 4.1 this way. All right, which is there. So I'm sorry, I moved, which is there. Okay, and now I go either side of that. All right, so if I put that on the 4, I'll go 1/4 inch that side. Yeah, I'm going to do it in about there, 1/4 inch, and then I'll line that up again on that dot that's in the middle, and I'll go 1/4 inch there, but of course I will come down a bit. Okay, so my holes, I have 1 hole there, 1 hole there. I hope you can see that. That's my middle, so I have 1/4 inch. Oh, that's my middle, sorry. 1 here, Yeah, and then one here. Hole punch. Definitely use grommets on these. Okay. So I'll just pick that up, hope you can see. I'll just see how far I'm going in a minute. That might be okay, because then I'll get them equally going in with this, which is great. I'm just going to check where I am here. Okay, so go through your envelope. So that's fine. Okay, I'm going to stand up so I can actually see what I'm doing. And I need to move that like that. You can see, that's it. So there was my middle. Now I'm going to go there. And there. Okay. And then chosen copper grommets. Put those in. And they're there. All right. And then, sure, I'm just going to make sure that's in the middle. My marking. So about there. And we are, yeah. Just push that out the way. That's there. So what we do this side is, right, okay, well, I'll talk about binding first. Okay, or, right, I've got two. I've got the Sari Silk, not Sari Silk, seam binding, okay, which I think my journal lends itself to Sari Silk. Okay, it's a bit more rustic. All right, but if you've done sort of more delicate journal or anything, then seam binding's beautiful, or even a dyed piece of sheeting. You know, there's so much you can use. Right, with Sari Silk, always check that it's the strong bit, because some of it is over processed. I've talked about this before, and some of it is so fragile that it wouldn't hold up. I've got one longer piece than the other because I go in between the bits that are sewn, because when you get it, they tend to be sewn like that, don't they? So I sort of just chop them up, and some are longer than others. All right, I'm using that today, and I've checked that it's nice and strong. Right, so the longer bit I'll put at the back, right, because the back goes to the front to be tied, so just in case I need that a little bit more. Okay, so I find the middle. There you go, so it's back there. And then I'll thread it through. Right, okay, we'll get your seam binding and thread it through. I get my ends fairly equal. Okay, and that's that one done. I'm just thinking it's actually quite wide in parts. Yeah, it is. I'm going to strip this one down a bit. It's quite wide. It's a little bit wider than the other one. So I'll take that raggedy off. Just going to take a strip off down one side. There's a lot to get through. Yeah, wasn't even either. Right, try that. I think that was part of it that was, but that does for ties on your journal as well, on tags and things like that. So let's check here. No, that's fine. Right, get your middle. Where do I want? This way. Just seeing. No, I want it the other way. So there we go. Front. In through the front into the inside. Okay. And got your hole. And grab your pieces. And then that sort of look is on the top, and that's what I like. You might like it the other way. So okay, then we've got, so you can either tie it closer to here or in the middle. And that's that. There's plenty there, so I am going to trim a bit off here. I usually do it just about 3 inches lower than the journal, okay, just in case, you know, it will get bigger. So with other people putting stuff, you know, whoever has it putting stuff in and everything, so, you know, leave a bit, don't be too skimpy. And let's just get these loose threads off. Right, what I'm doing here is just going to cut those. I actually level this. I'm going to cut up there. Like that. Hopefully it'll go raggy again, because that's what I like. And let's get all the loose strands off. Okay. All right, and that's just sticking the pocket on, or writing space. Okay. That just feels lovely. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not doing anything to the back at all, because I want to show off, you know, that look. Another thing you can do, which is quite nice, because some of these envelopes go a little bit sort of weak on the corners, is to put corners on. So I might do that, because I might actually add one here as well, on those two, and corners on here, okay, and on the back. All right, that helps this, because I mean, it's, after all, it is only an envelope. All right, but if you put your corners on, then it looks a lot stronger. All right. So I'm going to go and get my corners. Okay, I thought I'd show you how to put these corners on. Not the easiest things in the world to put on, I don't think. But I just add a little bit of glue. Oh, I got these actually gifted to me, these ones. So, but I think Tim Holt does them. But I do like to protect the corners of these. These are better if they are on thicker, you know, like chipboard and things like that, but they can still work. Right, I just squish mine in a little bit with a bit of glue, and then I will lay it on until it's dry. Okay, I do not squash down until it's dry. Okay, because I just feel, I mean, you can squish it a little bit down if you've come out a little bit too much with your fingers, just gently, because they're very thin, these ones, so I'll just squish it a bit, and then I'll wait for them to dry. Okay, that's not dry yet either, and I'll just squish them in a little bit with that, but not too much, because as soon as you squish in that area, these flick out, and then it doesn't sit properly. So I just make sure they're all sat nicely, and then I leave alone. Okay, so what I'm going to do while they're drying I'm going to have some lunch in a minute, but so that bit's drying. I've already done the back. I'm going to glue these on, which I thought they would look nice. Corner up there. I think I'll put both on that corner in there. So I'll just put a little bit of glue. Make sure there's a bit on those, that end there. There. And they can be drying as well. So just lay that on. And what I do for a couple of seconds while that's drying, I'll just make sure it's pretty square, just a little bit down there. Okay, and I'll just hold that on for a second. All right. Okay, well, I think that's about it until I do the walkthrough. So I'm sure going to have some lunch and then I'll get on with the walkthrough. Okay. Right, let's get on with the walkthrough then, because I think I've all but finished, except put my name in somewhere. Okay, that's front and that's the back. It'll only be a quick walkthrough because most of you have seen what I've done, or I did add, in case I forget when I get to the middle, 2 little charms on the end of there. Okay, see that? All right. Right, let's open that. A sari silk closure. So I'm going to leave all those because I like them. Okay, there's a tag there, and I think this book belongs to on that one. So you've seen most of this if you've been following me. So okay, I'm not going to open everything. It's there. Snip it there, and then it's a spare piece of paper in there with the washi tape, the wide washi tape on. Okay. These printed really well, actually. That's the eco dyeing I done, and I made them into a digital, but they are actually quite striking. Okay. I might have added a few more of the plain tags, and I've left them plain because I think the person that gets the journal can actually play around with a few things and do a few themselves. All right, so I only usually put 3 or 4 made up ones. And this is the flip out page, so that comes off and then comes right out. Okay, plenty of room there, and I've changed all the paper clips to the Diddy ones, all rusted. Okay, oh, that's supposed to go on there as well. We'll just keep all that together. That's there, and then that should go there. Okay. And that's the floating glassine bag that I've put in because I thought then you can put it where you want. You can then glue it down if you want to. And that's lovely. Okay, and there's a little space there for another tag or something. It's the envelopes. The pockets we made. Haven't put anything in there. There's plenty in around. And that was the other side of the pocket. This little notebook. It's a tag pocket. Did I do the back? I better check. Yep. And a flip out with the pocket inside. Okay, there's journaling space in this one. And another flip out here. The belly band. Just the postcard there. And then another homemade tag here. That's the middle of the two signatures. There's a little tuck spot we done out of that, you know, floating pocket that we put in. Well, not floating pocket, pieces of paper, and I stuck them together and made a belly band. The other envelope there. And then I put a journaling card in a blank envelope in there to be decorated. There's one of the tags I've just popped in. Oh, I didn't put anything on that one. I just popped that tag there. You might as well have that one. I'll just put a bit of this on, I think. Haven't done the back of those because they're blank. And that's one of the, made that into a little, just fold out. I think you saw me do that. There we go. There you go. Oh, and that's a little flip. There we go. If I can remember which way. No. There we go. That's it. So that's all that is. Just a little flip out. You can journal in there, and that's quite hidden. Okay. Tuck the spot there. Tag in. And there's another plain one there. Put in. The other envelope. Okay. Tuck spot there, and that's secret one there, and that's another flip out here, another plain tag. Just have to add, you know, something or other, a little snippet or something on those if you wanted to. If not, they look lovely as they are. Okay. It's not a tuck spot. Okay, another decorated tag. And just a plainish one there, one that's decorated, one that's my sister gave me, and this is one of the pockets that you can open out and journal on. Up first. Just got to make sure when you put your tags in, that one goes at the back anyway, it's in there, that you put it through that first bit there, okay, or else it will slip all the way through. And then that one can slip in as well. Okay, that's a sunflower, sort of, well, not really a sunflower, but reminded me of sunflower. And again, I'll just, it's that tag little pocket there with that little floating tag. Let's snip it on. Go to there. Another decorated tag. Library pocket. And just a little bit of snippet going on down there. And here's the back page. And there's a big pocket in here for something that you need to put in there. Then that's one of the last things we've done. So that opens out. Okay. Got a bit of glue on there. There we go. Okay, and you can journal all on there. Okay, and that is it. I must probably put my name on here or something, but then I don't really want to spoil that page with my name on it. But well, I could put it inside here or something. There we go. There she is, all finished. So we'll have to call her Iris, won't we? Yeah, I think definitely. I've got a definite autumn feel with it though. So it's either or, to be honest. That's it. And I've left that on the longer side because there's still plenty of room that you could get stuff in there. Okay, and to write in it, you just take everything out, and I think take everything out and then write in it, and then add your bits as you go along, and then add it where you want it, because you know, that's why I like to do floating things, and then you have a choice of where it, you know, where it goes. So, okay, this isn't for sale. I don't think it's for sale because I've got a list of about 5 or 6 people that I'm doing journals for, so I usually offer it down the line of that little list I've got. I'm not adding any more to my list at the moment because I feel I need to get them out of the way, because they do take me a long time to make, you know, because I'm filming it and things like that. So I think I'm not going to add any more to my list, because I would like to put some in my website as well, and you know, I'm just not getting there. I'm not doing it. So I need to one day make up a load. Yeah, all in one day, of course. No, but I enjoy the process. So for me, it's not a labour of love. Well, it is, isn't it? But I just love the process of making them. I like spending my time. It's my kind of therapy, I suppose, because I just relax when I do it. And I do like to incorporate my art into it a little bit more as well. So, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm always worrying, if I do journals for people, I'm always worrying that, oh, that's not going to be right for them, or, you know, so that's why I don't do it. I used to do a lot of that in my card making days, always making, you know, custom ordered cards and things like that. And I just don't want to get into that again. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough and the whole series. I think there's 12 is there videos, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye for now.